Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
Today, we're going to talk about how a really ancient beverage, I'm talking about tea, can be this surprisingly powerful tool against all that modern stress we're dealing with. So let's dive in and see how a simple cup of tea can become your own little daily moment of calm.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Does this sound familiar to you? You know, the constant notifications, the pressure to always be performing, that feeling that you're just always on. It's such a common thing in our hyper-connected world, and it leaves a lot of us feeling pretty frayed around the edges.
But what if the fix wasn't some new app or a super complicated wellness routine? What if it was something as simple as this? Today, we're going to explore this warm, easy, and centuries-old ritual for finding a little bit of calm in all the chaos.
All right, so here's our game plan. First up, we're going to look at why we're all stressed out in the first place. Then, we'll get into the cool science of how tea actually helps. After that, we get practical. We'll talk about picking and brewing the right cup for you. And finally, we'll put it all together into a simple reset plan that you can literally start using tomorrow.
So let's just dive right into it with Section 1, the modern stress problem. Look, that feeling of being constantly plugged in, it's not just in your head. Chronic stress has a real physical impact on your sleep, your focus, and your overall health. And just admitting that is the first step to actually doing something about it.
So what do we even mean by stress relief tea? It's really important to see it for what it is. It's not a magic cure-all, right? Think of it more as a supportive tool. It's this really low-risk way to combine the benefits of some gentle, natural compounds with the incredibly powerful psychology of a calming ritual.
Let's move on to Section 2 and see how this all actually works. Because tea's calming effect isn't just a placebo. It's this really fascinating mix of body chemistry and psychology.
You know, tea's benefits kind of work on two different clocks. First, you've got that immediate comfort, that quick little mental reset you get from the warmth and the aroma. But the real magic, that happens over the long term, as the actual physiological benefits start to build up with consistent daily sipping. It's this awesome multi-layered approach. You've got compounds like L-theanine, which is an amino acid that gives you that really unique feeling of being both calm and focused. At the same time, you've got these antioxidants called polyphenols that can actually help lower your stress hormones. It's this perfect storm of chemistry and the simple psychological comfort of a warm aromatic ritual.
Okay, on to Section 3, the fun part. This is the practical playbook. Knowing the science is one thing, but how do you actually pick the right tea for your specific needs?
So how do you choose? Well, think about what you need in the moment. If you're facing a tough project and you need to be sharp but not jittery, matcha's L-theanine is your best friend. But if you're feeling totally wiped out after a hard day, the polyphenols in a classic black tea can actually help your body recover and get back to baseline. And hey, here's a little pro tip if you're a green tea drinker who wants to really maximize that calming effect. It all comes down to a simple ratio that compares the stimulating compounds to the calming ones. For real stress relief, you want that ratio to be under 2. And you'll find that naturally in high-quality, shaded green tea like matcha. Okay, so you've picked your tea, but how you brew it is just as important as what you brew. The right technique can unlock even more of those stress-fighting compounds we've been talking about. Let's get into Section 4, brewing for benefit. For matcha, the process itself is a ritual. It's super simple. Just sift the powder, add warm, and I mean warm, not boiling water, and then whisk it up. And that 2 to 3 gram amount is pretty key. Studies that actually showed a reduction in anxiety used around 3 grams a day. Now for your classic teas, temperature is everything. You want to use hotter water for black tea to get that full flavor and cooler water for green so it doesn't get bitter. And here's a great little hack, try cold brewing. Letting it steep in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours is an amazing way to pull out more of that calming L-theanine while getting less of the caffeine. And this might be the single most important takeaway from all of this. That one cup of tea, it feels great in the moment, for sure. But the real, lasting changes to your body's stress response, that comes from consistency. It's the daily ritual, practiced over weeks, that truly moves the needle. Which brings us perfectly to our final section, building your own steeped reset plan. This is where we take all this knowledge and turn it into a practice that you'll actually stick with.
I love this because it just gets to the very heart of it. The ritual itself forces you to slow down. That simple 3 to 5 minute pause, it's like a powerful signal to your nervous system, giving it permission to finally shift out of that constant high alert state.
And you can make this ritual even more powerful. It's all about paying attention to the little things. Really notice the smell of the tea. Use that one favorite mug that just feels good in your hands. Find a quiet spot for just a few minutes, away from screens. Little details like these transform a simple cup of tea into a true, mindful break.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. It doesn't have to be perfect or complicated. Just ask yourself, what one simple tea ritual can you build into your day, starting tomorrow?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.